Welcome to the open source intelligence ChatGPT Supercharge training seminar. We're going to start off by demonstrating a very simple and useful ability that the new version of ChatGPT is capable of 4.0. I have here these 5 documents, 5 different types of Intel reports about 5 different types of things. We have a future timeline analysis that goes over for about 12 years of cybersecurity into the future. I have an enhanced cyber threat analysis of a Cabal class AI system. I have a cyber threat analysis for a standalone complex. A POI document about someone called Ted Gunderson, and a future timeline analysis. I'm not even sure what that is. Actually, I'm going to not include that. We're just going to do 4 instead. Let's just say we only have 4. That's still a lot. So we're just going to drop those in. Boom, 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 boom. I want to use these 4 documents to supercharge into a cyber investigation. Create strategy and tactics. There goes. And so the benefit here is that these formatted Intel documents are all very similar to each other in some very specific ways, mostly because they're all based on the same template. Each one of them is about a slightly different thing, and I believe that they're all related. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this futures timeline, these 2 cyber threat analyses, and this POI document about Ted Gunderson, which is sensitive. So for those of you who don't know, Ted Gunderson was an FBI agent. He's got like a whole Wikipedia article. It's fine. We could talk about it. And so I'm just reviewing what it's talking about here. And so what am I going to do? I want to go into these 4 documents as, and what do I mean by that? What do I want to do? I want to go into these 4 documents. What do I want to do with those? Look for ways to cross correlate. Specifically, we want to paint a bigger picture. Huh. Oh, only did 3. Good to know. Can do 3. Also good to know. Oh, at least it's telling us. Oh, it's going. It's chugging. Oh, oh. Oh, what are all these? Oh, it's just referencing the document. I'll make another one where I talk a lot more about what's going on. I'm just reading and kind of figuring out how to move from here. And what does that mean? Where do I want to move from here? I now have these 4 documents loaded. Obviously, it's capable of thinking through all of this. Come up with a future timeline. Exploring the intersects of all 4 documents. Let's see if we can do this. Let's see what it really thinks it's doing. Or, I mean, like, that might not be the right way to talk about it. But we should see what it's trying to add here. Look at that. Oh, hmm. Hopefully this is true. That would be nice. Definitely on the agenda for me. Delete. Yeah, I see it. So it is modifying the timeline here. It's kind of doing that. I'm not dissatisfied actually. I just think I just know it has propensity to make stuff up. Now create a comparable, a comparable timeline on topics that would be easy to what's the word? We're trying to get the current information to be like it's a matrix transform. Is one word. And maybe I could even call it to matrix transform, to transform. Trans. Now create a comparable timeline of topics that would be easy to transform from inferus in infer to infer. Easy to infer and transform. Is that the right way to spell that? Oh no, I'm gonna spell check me. Great. That's what that is. Well, I want it to be spelled correctly, so huh. Okay. I feel better. Hmm. And transformable topics. Of okay, that's not what I meant. Um, yeah, and then it's just module. It's just change. It's basically just changing the text. That's what it's for. That's how it works. Transform for the current timeline. So to easy to infer from the current timeline. Okay, I think that would probably get it to do because infer was the word that I was hoping for. I almost feel like these were from the document itself. Um, Although honestly, if they're should be making a new document, that's the point here, where I'm basically trying to figure out how to dig into the four documents. How can I use these four documents? That's really what this whole video is supposed to be about. How can I use these four documents as anchor points to help me kind of navigate around what this AI and its abilities can do? So let's see. Maybe these aren't enough, or maybe these are actually not exactly where I should be going with these. The different types of options. I mean, okay. How about create a simple list of titles for documents? Let's just clear our discussion so far with it. Hmm. What types of Intel report documents would help the most to improve the use of these four documents as supercharged cyber investigations. Comprehensive threat landscape analysis, advanced AI and cybersecurity integration report. Hmm. Okay, so that's one way I was able to get that. That's kind of cool. Let's see. Actually, let's see. I need help. Need help establishing a direction to take this investigation. I have these four documents, but I need to create more. What would the problem here is that I do not see a specific direction to take. There you go. And so it should help. Hmm. Okay, so that's one that needs to exist. Uh, this is one. So this is great. So here's an example of now that we have these four documents, one of the great things that we can do is we can figure out the invisible things that we don't have. So these would be, for example, additional documents that might help. Um, talking about a plan. Always collaborating with a team will help. But I still don't feel like it's exactly giving me direction. So what am I really trying to do? Dictate where best, some clear options where best to go with the investigation. So yeah, right? Like maybe I don't feel like taking a directive. Have this system do it for me. Why not? Don't rely on it though. Not like that anyway. We'll try not to. Look at me using it. So these are different paths that I can take. Maybe this is what I want to do, a deep dive. Maybe I want to investigate over here. Maybe I definitely want to do this. So that's probably what I'm going to do. I want to create. Yeah, yeah, I do. Hmm. Huh. So here is what I'm thinking. That's a whole lot of stuff to do. Wouldn't it be nice to automate this? And so all of a sudden, because of these four documents and what I'm just kind of working on here, I just came up with some tech, an idea of tech design. So what I can do there, let's copy this. I am now going to try again. And this time, I'm actually going to jump over. Oh, I don't have those. You know what? We're just gonna load them up anyway. I have access to them. Gonna find them in the correct channel. App development. Oop. Okay. And we're also going to see if we can download some of these options. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for. Actually, you know what? There's a better way to do this. I'll just reference what I was working on before. Build. Was it this? No. Oh, I think it was this. Nope. No, it was not. No. Those are fun though. Not this. Well, I think this is it. This is it. Create a page 1, 3, 4. Automating this this process. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yes. So this was about supercharging your cyber investigations, and now we're talking about creating an advanced automation tool to automatically do what? Uh, like, did you see that jump? Did you see that jump? So now I'm going to be creating an instruction manual, 3-page instructions for automating the process of creating a comprehensive cyber threat landscape analysis. And so think about that. Like, that's how much of a jump I was able to just make. Um, and to explain, I had 4 documents. I didn't really know what I was doing. Just kind of, woke up this morning and just dropped those documents in. All right, let's make this video. Like, that's literally the energy that I'm coming out with, right? You were here. And so what's going on? What's going on is that I'm basically going through that document before, trying to figure out well, what exactly do I even want to do? And so I start getting it to help me figure out what I want to do, and it gives me lists, and I find out, oh, you know what? This is really something that I would like. I didn't realize that that was something that was critically missing that I knew would be very helpful. That what an excellent anchor point document to include with anything. Uh, and so, yeah, I want that, but that's a lot of work to make. And so, what happened? I basically kept going through this, and it eventually spit out this really good explanation of the process. And after it did that, I realized, you know what? I'll just copy this and then drop it into this other part where I've been developing some code for our project, and I wanted it to basically do the same thing it's been doing, creating instruction manuals for how to create these parts of the project. And there we go. We've got page 1 of 3. And now what am I going to do? I'm going to tell it to do page 2. And when this is all complete, I'm going to copy these, and then I'm going to drop them into a .md file that's markdown, a markdown file .md, and that'll be on a public domain, open source, Creative Commons 0 GitHub repository for everyone to get access to. That way we can easily distribute this code. People can make their own versions. That's why I'm making the instruction manuals, because by just making a whole lot of different instruction manuals, we can rely on these as anchor points for development in the future. And so even if we lose the base code, like even if we lose our entire project or have to start it all from scratch, if we still have these instruction manuals as general references for what happened at the beginning, it can help other people learn how to make it. It's very educational. You can use it in the future. So that's why I've made, like, I don't know what, some big number of them. I don't know. Oh, we need that next page. We need that next page. Pressing it. Buttons. Buttons. Baton. The buttons. Don't forget to press your buttons. I love the extra detail that it just puts into this. It took a while to get it to start doing this level of detail. Um, I could put that in another video. But the reason why this matters is because we're basically watching it create these instruction manuals. It's helpful for you to see this. And this, once again, is an actual tool set that we'll be able to use for creating a cyber threat landscape analysis. I mean, that's so cool. It just kind of figured out on its own. I wonder how did it had instructions for a person to do it, and then I said automate this. And there you go. Just totally gave us exactly what we needed. Now let's go up here. Page two. I think this is page one. We're gonna copy that, and I'm gonna have to copy this later. I'll do that later. Let's go back into our supercharge cyber investigation and see what else we can dig out. Um, so let's see. Do 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 do. Let's say. Oh, create. Okay, so here's another thing that's a really useful thing to know about. Create a virtual int intel report for us to enter this with. Check this out. We don't even have the document, but it can infer what the document would have just because its neural network supports that much intel. Like it just knows all of this stuff, so it's just reflecting upon itself. And as a result, you can literally have it just virtually represent the idea of what this document might be. And now we can use it as a reference while communicating and trying to further deepen our investigations. Let's see. See, what do I really want to do? Find other POIs like Ted Gunderson who consider possible connections. You know what? That's good. Let's try that, and then we'll just work from there. Because think about it, we're even talking about just you. All you need is just that one Intel document for the POI of Ted Gunderson, and that alone would be enough. Because once you create a virtual anything in here, you can just kind of reflect off of that. Okay, potential POIs similar to Ted Gunderson. From these POI, each consider virtually create Intel reports for each of these POIs. See that? It still needs to write this down as anchor points. It helps it. It's literally going to use this as its reflection anchor. But that doesn't mean the data isn't inside ChatGPT, and it doesn't mean that it can't get more from the internet and then anchor it down here. All of that's part of how this works. But when you want to, if you don't have the actual documents in any kind of digital format that you can like upload it here or like copy and paste into the message thing, just have it virtually create the Intel reports. Don't say create, because then it's going to actually, you want it to virtualize the creation as it's as if it's there. And ChatGPT can handle that. And it can handle that for computers too, by the way. So you can like say, virtually create a, what's it called? A quantum or super computer. And you can have that happen. That's another class. I'll cover that next time. But That's a really fun thing to work with because it can handle that. It can actually handle that. No, its answers aren't always the best. If you stress test it enough, there's like boundaries of its virtualization capacity for a quantum computer. Let's see. No, I'm just reviewing these. Okay, sorry. Okay, so what are we gonna do? The we want to use these POIs that have been virtually created, these POI intel reports, to try to figure out, consider all of the POI intel reports, physical and virtual, digital and virtual. Cool. What are some major underlying connections between them all? Is there some deeply connected, or are these each unique one-off cases? Any chance of a standalone complex? Yeah, any chance of a of an ASI type meddling? You know what? That's another question for another day. We're gonna have to make a whole thing on just that. I'll do that on like cyber analysis, cyber threat analysis. I'll make a special thing just for cyber threat analysis. That's on Wednesday at 10 a.m. PST. Mm-hmm. Potential for a standalone complex. Major underlying connections. Hmm. Okay, so I'm going to go out on a limb here and I'm going to say any chances, any clues into a potential transnational crime syndicate. Wasn't that on the nose? But you should be brave enough to ask the question. Because what if there are answers? What if there's a lot of clues, actually? Oh, synthesizing. What are they, fake? What are you doing? What does it even mean? Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. It's a good word. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. look into this more. Look into this. Go online. Create a good strategy going online and finding out. Yeah. Yeah, and that's gonna ding some doorbells. Huh. Well, that's specific. Look at that. Did I set that event up? I need to set the event for this exact OSINT stuff. I'll do that next. Interesting. Okay. So, uh, that's that plan. Um, do what you can. Do what you. Use this plan as inspiration for a plan for you to perform the cyber investigation. Perform the cyber investigation. Investigation. Telling it, wow, yep. Okay, so I'm telling it that it needs to be inspired. So it's not going to take it word for word. Instead, it's going to try to figure out whatever it can do. So instead of it coming back saying, I can't do that, it just kind of figures out what it can do and then tries its best. And in this case, found 4 websites, figuring it out. Wow, that's specific. It's a lot more visible. Okay. Let's see. Where to go from here? Where to go from here? List 5 options. We can't do that from here, but that's not off the table. Just means we have to do it manually. I'm talking about dark web monitoring. The deep web dive, I think that's something we could probably do from here. Engage with online communities, that's a little more manual. Collaborate with investigative journalists, and that's more manual. We do some investigations to find them here, and then we'd follow through. Utilize advanced data analysis, visualization tools. That's manual. We can probably do it from here because the ChatGPT has the ability to create those visualizations for you right away. Very impressive. Sure, secrecy, security. I mean, okay. So let's see. What else do I want to do? I want to get back into Ted Gunderson. New information that is not in the document. Consider we are looking for recent information concerning the timeline of the present and since 2000. That's nice. It was specific. That's good. History heist. Stealing history. Yes, what do I want? I want let's see. It's not just his claims. Got that list of people. So hmm. Aha. Looking for clues to detect if the gang stalking operations are related to the same organizations that Ted Gunderson was reporting exists. I know that's a thing. A word. To oh wait, well, purport could be this. Yep, that's it. I was just spelling it. Cool. Yay. I like that word. That's a tough one. Deep do for an American English speaker. We are looking for clues to detect if the gang stalking operations are related to the same organizations that Ted Gunderson was purporting exists. Is there find clues of a relationship between gang stalking? Oh my gosh. Shadow banning. Do. Gang stalking, shadow banning. PsyOps and conspiracy. No, not conspiracy theories. That'll get into a stupid spin. We're not doing that. That's close. Gang stalking, shadow banning, psyops, transnational crime syndicates, transnational crime syndicates. Fine. Use a critical method to ensure that findings are real. Yep. Once again, I don't have to try too hard sometimes. I could be super articulate, or I can just kind of trust it to figure it out. It's kind of rolling the dice. If it fails, you just rewrite this. Okay, so it's got this method. Dive deeper into the investigation and find bigger clues. Yeah. Now we're getting specific. Okay, so here's something I want it to go into. Dive deeper into yeah. So now we're gonna basically keep it, trying to make sure that it keeps a critical view of this, keep giving us those receipts, making sure it is as authentic as possible. Hmm. Huh. Kind of didn't go that far into it, but at least it gave it a lot of actual receipts here. Let's see what these are. I don't accept all those cookies. Okay. That was it? That's all you have to say. Oh, it's just the abstract. To log in to see the rest of it. No. No, thanks. But that's okay. It still kind of brought us there. I'll make another video. But that wasn't too off, was it? I mean, think about it. Like we were still able to use those documents, put them in, dropped them in. You know, I just woke up, working, figured it out. The thing is that I kind of know where I want to go next, and uh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic because that now all of a sudden there can be other documents that I can produce that can help a lot. Um, and this is just kind of helping me understand how to do that. I could even, for example, create documents that simply just list virtual documents, and so I can just basically virtualize the existence of these documents up here with just simply just one of them. Uh, More on that on another one when I work on explaining quantum AI. Um, Probably there might be another video that I'll have to make before then. But yeah, learning how to handle the virtual documents, very helpful to do. And definitely also figuring out how to create um, automated tools for your investigations. If you have this whole list of things that you have to do and you don't want to do them, you could take that entire instruction that ChatGPT gives you, and you can say, "Hey, make the instruction manual for producing the code for a bot or something, an app that'll just do this for me." And then boom, now you don't have to do that. You can just use the app, easy peasy. It's not going to be far now until this kind of technology becomes directly embedded inside the IDE. And so just imagine the already existing Copilot feature to the point where it can just completely code for you at that degree, and you can just watch it go. I'm very excited for that day. Anywho, um, I knew that was underwhelming, but yeah, we'll be fine. Uh, that kind of covers the gist of how to supercharge your investigations. I could have been a lot more supercharged myself, but I uh, missed the early coffee morning. That's okay because I had a nice chill shower instead. Hope you have a nice day. Be good. Good luck, everyone.